So in the problem, it is given that it is a pentagonal prism. So the first thing you have to look at, it is a prism. The second thing, it is a pentagonal prism. Third thing, you have to look at the resting point. Resting on HP on its base side, So it is given as side resting. Third one, side resting. And the fourth point, the axis is parallel to VP. So that the axis is perpendicular to HP. So the axis given is parallel to VP. So I am taking axis is perpendicular to HP. And also I have to mention another point. The rectangular face and the longer edges and the axis are parallel to each other. So once the axis makes an angle of 30 degree to HP, then automatically the rectangular face makes an angle 30 degree, and also the longer edge makes an angle 30 degree to the HP. So axis inclination is 30 degree. So that is, it is given as rectangular face in 30 degree inclined to HP. So axis is 30 degree to HP. Once the axis is perpendicular to HP, then in the top view only you can see the polygon. So you will draw the top view here. I will draw the polygon here with resting condition is side resting. Here I have drawn the pentagon with side resting condition. The next thing I have to number the systems. As I told you, the top side of the polygon will have A, B, C, D corners, and bottom side of the corners will have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. When you view from the top, this top side polygon point will be visible. So I am keeping point A here, point B, point C, point D, point E. Since these bottom polygon points are not visible, I am keeping the points within the bracket. Point 3, this is point 4, this is point 5. Once I number the system, I have to project all these points to the top. So in the front view, you can see only the rectangles. Only the rectangle with the height of 60 mm, that is axis height of 60 mm. So I am drawing a rectangle in the front view, that is in the top side of the XY line. I will draw a rectangle. So like this, I have drawn the rectangle for the front view on dimension the 60 mm. This dimension is 30 mm. So then now I have to number all these corners. This bottom corner will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 1. This is 2, this is 3, all with dashes, and this is 4 dash, and this is 5 dash. Okay. Similarly, in the top you will have A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, E dash. So the simple positioning is over. Next thing, you have to tilt this axis to a 30 degree. So already in the last lecture I have explained why I tilt the axis in this direction, not in this direction. If I tilt the axis in this direction, my base will tilted like this. Once my base is tilted like this, my resting condition will become floating condition. So I have to keep the axis like this only, since I keep the resting condition at the left side. So in order to tilt the axis to a 30 degree, I can tilt the base to a 60 degree, that is 90 minus 30, 60 degree. Once the axis makes an angle 30 degree, then the base will make an angle of 60 degree, since the axis and the base are perpendicular to each other. The first thing what should I have to do is, I have to make a point with a name 1, 1 dash, 5, 1 dash. So this 1, 1 dash, 1, 1, 5 is the edge, short edge here, and it is in the resting condition. With an angle of 60 degree, I have to draw a line. The line length must be equal to 1 to 3. So line length must be equal to 1 to 3. So 3, 1 dash, and now I have to transfer this point to 1 dash, 4, 1 dash. From the center, draw the axis line. like this. I have tilted this box to a angle of 30 degree. So this angle will be 30 degree. So this is rectangular face makes an angle of 30 degree with HP. So numbering, so this is point A1 dash, this is B1 dash, this is C1 dash, this is D1 dash, this is E1 dash. So next thing, I have to project all the points. So project all these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the bottom. Project all these points horizontally. Now you have to find out the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So point 1 is here, it is projected like this. Similarly, point 1 is here, it is projected like this. So this point is point 1, 1. Similarly, this point is point 2, 1. This point is point 3, 1. This point is point 4, 1. This is point 5, 1. Now project all these ABCD points to vertically. Point A will be here, point A1. Point B will be here, point B1. This will be point C1. This will be point D1. This is point E1. Okay, now the next thing you have to darken all the edges. I already told you the shorter edges, longer edges. Here the shorter edges are AB, BC, CD, DE, EF. Sorry, EA. And 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 1. And the longer edges are 1A, 2B, 3C, 4D, 5E. So first thing you have to do is you have to darken all the outer edges. So connect all the outer edges like this. And then darken all these outer edges. Right. Second thing, you have to look at the shorter edges. I told you a method. Connect this left side point and right side point imaginary and make an arrow mark here. So the points between that arrow mark and these two points are visible edges. So this polygon, this top side polygon will be completely visible. This bottom side polygon will not be visible. So the shorter edges A, B, C, D, all the shorter edges will be visible, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are not visible. So I am making A, B already. It is visible one. So BC is visible, CD is visible, so DE is visible, EA is visible, and then the other shorter edges 1, 2 is already visible, 2, 3 is visible, 3, 4 is visible, 4, 5 is 4, 5 I have to make with dotted lines, and 5, 1 I have to make with shape. Similarly, 1, 2 is with dotted lines. So the next thing, the shorter edges are over. The next thing you have to go for the longer edges, 1, 2. So again, I am coming that method. The only longer edge lies between this imaginary line and this arrow mark is 3C. So 3C is the only visible edge. So I am making 3C with the H pencil as a thicker line. All other longer edges are invisible. So 1A. So 1A is here. 1A is a invisible edge. Similarly 2B. 2B is outer edge, so it is visible one. 4D is outer edge, so it is visible one. 5E is invisible edge. That's all. We have completed the problem.